Hello everyone and welcome to my first ever voiceover video and my third one overall. Don't ask me why I decided to voiceover, figured why not, and I am sorry if my quality is bad. I am recording with a headset and a dream. My name is Vixen and I am an aspiring artist and writer. I have many ideas for this channel, mainly because I want to do a lot of things, from poetry to art and gaming. So basically I hyperfixate on something and I rant about it to you all for a month. I don't want to make any promises though, as I am unsure of how committed I'll be able to be to a YouTube channel, so let's all see where the journey takes us, eh? Today the video, like many others in the near future probably, will be about Wings of Fire. For those of you who haven't read it, basically Game of Thrones, but dragons POV. So yeah, today I will be sharing the process of some fan art of my favorite character, Darkstalker. Call me basic if you want to, ain't my fault he's so well written. I won't be talking much about his lore or the world of Wings of Fire, so if you have no idea who I'm talking about, feel free to sit there confused and enjoy a dragon time-lapse anyways. When I'm drawing fan art, I need to, of course, think about how canon I want to go. My general style for drawing Wings of Fire dragons deviates quite a lot, since I have many headcanons which I might talk about in future videos, so I wanted to get the general idea of at least his head, since he's a hybrid and all that. And this is where that took me. There in the corner are my Wings of Fire bases, by the way. You can buy them over at my DeviantArt, I will link them below. Anyways, quite happy how this one turned out, so let's jump into the process itself. First things first, composition. I had a general idea of where I wanted to go with his pose, menacing, oh high and mighty, but I still needed to tweak some minor details, such as how high I want the wings to be and the general position of the tail. I want to know 3 moves in the background, as well as his crown near his right talons. In his other hand, I decided he'll be holding the Soul Reader, cause why not? After that, I threw on a quick color palette of cold reds and grey blues and blue whites. I chose gold as my accent color. Then came refining the first sketch to get things like expression, hands and scales just right, something which is incredibly important for my next step. Then it's probably the signature step to get to my style. I jump straight to base colors. No lines, no nothing. I place every separate body part in a different layer, which helps me focus on details and bring more depth to each section via clipped masks. So for example here, his horns, head and neck are all separate layers. Yes, this does in fact mean I end up with hundreds of layers at the end of the process, but it's okay. Clip Studio Paint only crashes sometimes. Then I needed to see how the abstract gold crown and general magic around him would look. After that, I wanted to get a feel of his pattern design, so I started putting on some colors on his neck and face. Once I was happy, I continued on with refining the sections. This is probably the longest process of all, but it's also the one that puts together everything. I basically go on to each section and draw the basic details such as scales, lines, color patterns, etc, etc. At this point, I sent a work in progress to a friend of mine who's also Red Wings of Fire, and she was like, "Oh my god, is this whiteout?" And I was like, "No." And that's when I realized that he was far too much of a hybrid. Had to reduce that Arctic in him. I fixed that a bit later. First I get distracted by other things, such as the Soul Reader. My design is very much not canon, far from it as a matter of fact. I wanted to include some metaphors in this piece, however, so instead of using black and white sand as is described in the book, I made it filled with red and blue blood. Red for Nightwings, blue for Icewings, as a way to symbolize that in the end it doesn't matter to him. I also drew him a little claw thing that I had canon dragons use, maybe for writing, like a pen of sorts. After that, I refined the gold metallic gleam, and oh my god, can I say just how much I love refining gold. It's so much fun and ends up looking so crispy. If you guys are interested in a tutorial, by the way, I'm definitely up for making one, so let me know. Now this is where the whole composition gets put together, putting the base shadows of each section. It brings so much depth to the piece, and I'm so happy with how it ended up looking here in particular. Then came a bit of a struggle. Couldn't decide when the glow was too much, so here's some footage of me going back and forth on the moonlight and golden gleam. I decided I wanted to show his scales were also enchanted, so I ended up drawing some glowy shimmer scales all over his body. You can even see me trying different brushes to see which ones look best. Then I added his magic, so to say. The gold around him symbolizes the glory he sees in himself, so both his pride and his abilities. It also just looks cool, and I go by the rule of cool, so shush. Again, too much white, so I turned the spines black, and he looks so much more menacing like that, oh my god. After that, I add some background effects such as splatters and a border. I didn't want it to go exactly behind him, so I decided to cut it off as a sort of outline and make the golden end singed. I really think it brings the whole composition together. I had known I wanted something written on the scroll next to him, but I really struggled with thinking of exactly what. After a while, I thought of this really short poem. I carve my own future, sacrificing what is needed, be it red or blue, be it fame or infamy. I just really think it summarizes his goal of an independent future and his determination to get there no matter what. Anyways, that was it from me. I really hope you enjoyed it, and thank you so much for watching till the end. This channel is new, so any support means the world to me, so all likes, shares and subscribes are much appreciated. Also, I'll be opening commissions soon, so keep an eye out. I'll be announcing it on my social media, so that's Instagram, DeviantArt and Tumblr. All of them will be linked in the description below. Exactly when? Probably early January or late December. Not sure exactly when. But anyways, see ya, bye!